Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. Well, all good franchises must come to an end. Until the next shitty lot.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And yes, I know, I've already done a review on this, but for the sake of consistency of the video series, it does mean going through this Ted Fest again.
Well, you can fuck off, pal! You can fuck right off!
But who knows, maybe another rewatch could maybe change my opinion. Probably.
No way.
So bossy, diverse, box-ticking ladies and evil Mr. Robot Gentleman, we end our 007 month with No Time to Die. Before properly ending it with part 2, since this is part 1. Seriously, I'm not just going to do this all in one go. I really need to fucking take a break halfway through. Released in September 2021, No Time to Die starts off with the usual gun barrel, but this time there's no blood. Yeah, great fucking start.
This movie's gonna suck.
Which then cuts to a flashback to a young Madeleine, whose mother is killed by a mysterious masked man who comes across very Michael Myers-like after surviving Madeleine shooting the shit out of him.
And when she tries to escape, she falls into some ice, and the mysterious masked man rescues her, which then cuts to Swan as an adult, played by Léa Seydoux, spending time with Bond in Italy, who reminds us of a much better movie I'd rather be watching.
We have all the time in the world.
Swan gives Bond the address of where Vesper is buried in the hopes he can find some closure, even though he basically did in Quantum, but moving on. But then he's greeted by a blast from the past while visiting Vesper's grave. Guess it?
I'll get me coat.
He recovers and finds out from a one-eyed henchman that Swan is a Spectre agent.
It's a total fabrication.
I mean, he has a bionic eye to spy on people, so he must be honest. He Grand Theft Auto, Vice Cities, the man's bike to make his way to Swan to escape in a pretty cool car chase. And man, despite a weird start with the flashback, this is a pretty cool beginning with some impressive stunt work. And even better, the car chase is done practical. And it feels very old school James Bond, and Hans Zimmer's score really adds to the excitement. Madeleine uses the sad puppy dog eyes to convince Bond she's not a traitor, so Bond gets the fuck out of there before dumping her.
It's not you, it's me. No, actually, it's not me. It is you.
Title theme plays with Billie Eilish mistaking moaning like a miserable, pretentious goth wannabe with singing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not as bad as Sam Smith's castrated warbling, but man, enough of the miserable title songs. As much as I loved Adele's Brooding and Mysterious Skyfall, yeah, after 2 more miserable themes, I'd rather we go back to the brassy fucking soul singers. 5 years later, some heavily armed bastards storm a lab, kill Hugh Dennis, yeah, Hugh Dennis is in this, it's weird, and capture a scientist named Obruchev, as well as a weapon named Heracles, which turned out to have been something that involved M years back. Ooh.
Oh, and Obruchev is a really fucking annoying character. He is. I do not get what this actor is getting at, but moving on.
Meanwhile, Bond is in Jamaica trying to enjoy his retirement again.
Here we go again. Again.
But guess what? Felix, with some bland guy who isn't a traitor, shows up to tell him about Obruchev, and that Spectre is involved. So he decides to take on the offer. He is then offered a lift by Naomi, played by Lasagna, not liking me makes you a racist, Lynch, who turns out to be the new, diverse, improved 007.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
And Christ, even on my third rewatch, I still don't buy Lynch in the role. I don't even think she can act. She looks like she's trying way too hard.
You get in my way, I will put a bullet in your knee. The one that works.
Fuck you, lady!
If they got a much better competent actress, it probably would have worked, but rewatching this, I don't hate her as much as I did last time. There are some moments that kind of hint of her character progression, but maybe if the writers gave her more context into why she's being hard on Bond, like she secretly idolizes Bond but doesn't want to come across as a brown noser, more of a professional, and maybe an establishing shot later that hints that she's starting to become a bit more sympathetic to Bond, it would have helped her character journey. But that aside, they do humble her a little bit, and she doesn't totally girl boss Bond and make him out to be a total cuck. So, yeah, moving on. She tries to boss chick Bond into not interfering in the mission, but thankfully it doesn't work thanks to the power of white privilege. He tries to contact M, but M refuses to explain what Project Heracles is. So Bond meets up with the sexy but sadly wasted Paloma, played by Ana Delicious Armas, to infiltrate a Spectre party that is ruined by a nerve gas that kills everyone by giving them some fatal deadly acne. Turns out Blofeld, played by Christoph Waltz, was watching the whole thing through a bionic eye and released the gas to kill Bond, but a mysterious party crasher had reprogrammed the gas to kill the Spectre members, so it's established these nanobots can be reprogrammed, eh? Bond and Paloma kicks some ass and grabs Obrachev, and Christ, I will not lie, this is the best part of the movie. These two have mad fucking chemistry. Anna is as adorable as she is charming, and the action, God, seeing these two work off each other is fun to watch. In fact, lose Naomi. Soon as Bond had his meeting with Felix, it should have gone straight to Bond meeting up with Paloma, who then informs him about M's involvement with Obrachev. And all the other scenes later replaced with Paloma, who wants revenge on Obrachev and Mormon guy for killing Felix. But anyway, Naomi tries to snatch Obrachev but fails.
Women, know your limits.
Paloma sadly exits and the film stops being fun again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bond extracts Obrachev on the boat with Felix, and not traitorous Mormon guy, but oh no, not traitorous Mormon guy ends up being traitorous Mormon guy, and he kills Felix.
Son of a bitch must pay.
No, seriously, Felix dies. But then again, do I care as much? Don't get me wrong, Jeffrey Wright was good in the role, but I feel we barely got to know this version, or enough of him and Bond to actually Bond in this universe, but anyway, Mormon guy escapes with Obrachev, so Bond escapes the sinking boat, but unfortunately didn't vacate the sinking ship that was his franchise. And right now, I'm going to stop there and continue this tomorrow because there's still loads of other BS to get through, so I may need a night of heavy drinking, glue sniffing, and all this lot to help me get through the rest. So join me tomorrow when I end our 007 month with part 2 of Plenty of Time to Die.